All right. It's Sunday, fun day for our Upside Down. Now, Don't Look Down podcast. That's what it is. It's not the Upside Down podcast. It's the Don't Look Down podcast. Right? I just like those lines. I want them to, Oh dear, we just want to be right, and we want to be right. We don't want to be perfect. No, we don't want to be perfect, but we want to get it. At least ballpark. Is that us now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Sorry. My name is Richard John Walters.
I'm Kiki McBride.
Yeah, and we are the Coexistence Coalition. That's what we are.
Yes.
And this is the Don't Look Down podcast number 26. Oh, what a journey it's been, honey. Huh? It has. And oh gosh, if you haven't been watching us, we are a political party. We got our manifesto coming out. I'm going to hit up somebody for money. I'm guessing great things are going to happen in the future. Right, honey?
Yeah. We're aspiring.
We're aspiring.
Yeah.
We've got high hopes. We've got high hopes. We've got little. We've got the answer to QAnon with red dragons. We're gonna kick their ass. Sorry. We got high hopes. We have hopes. And with our high hopes, what we want to do is, there is a path, okay? Political party or a candidate. For example, with 800 signatures, you can get on the ballot in New Jersey. Isn't that something? All right. Okay, so we had one of our wonderful unblurred.
Oh, yeah, fun.
That was a lot of fun. It'd been nice to have more people around here, but I guess,
There was a lot going on. It's Pride Week, too. Huh?
Right.
There are a lot of events going on.
I sort of feel like somebody said that I wasn't taking my medication, and I should address that issue. How do you feel like that?
Well, I mean,
all right.
I don't know.
All right, so this is everything's context and flow. Today is Sunday, and the world is like so crappy. This is a spiritual-based movement. I'm going to share some of my Christianity, and Christianity is about taking a self-inventory and people working you through, your sins or whatnot, whether that's a psychiatrist, psychologist, or your priest or whatnot. You got to work it out, man. And I got this anger management problem, and if you're going to pester me all day, I'm going to blow up. It's not that I'm not taking my medication, man. Jesus, God. Oh, here's the dig. As a performance artist that I am, the artiste formerly known as Richard John Walters, I like to memorize words, or I have songs to sing or something like that. And when I'm preparing for fucking crap like that and you keep on fucking bothering me, yeah, it's a little more difficult than hanging a fucking painting. Huh? How about that, you little graphic artist? Huh? Get up there and try to sing. All right. I guess that's enough of that, huh? I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. I mean, nobody likes their creative flow to be interrupted.
All right, so that's what happened. You might hear somebody with a French accent around town, he has no class, and he does not take his medication, and he is such a jerk.
Okay, well, you can't be liked all the time. That's just how it is.
Well, that's right. You're right. You can't answer every possible.
Right.
That's
or
paranoia.
Accusation at that point. Sometimes you just rest in your own knowledge that what's been said isn't true.
Right. All right. Since oh God, let's just. I'm being negative already. So let's why don't we get into the positive? Yeah, and so like, well, Rich, what do you like, this Christianity stuff, you know? And I blew up a couple weeks ago, and I got mad at a guy again, or, you know, this stuff's really important to me, and I can't emphasize enough. It's about the journey. For those of you who are interested in Christianity, I would like you to go to the Greek Orthodox, because the Roman Catholics have a couple things wrong that are important. And one of them is, I was baptized a Roman Catholic, and then I became a member of the Orthodox Church in America, which is Orthodox Christian, which is Eastern Orthodox, which is in communion with the Greek Orthodox. So you see how complicated this is? All right. To try to keep this simple, I want to offer like why I went over to Orthodoxy. In addition to finding a cross, there was a Greek cross on the street in February 1994. But there's some meat with this Orthodoxy. And I said I was Greek Orthodox before, and I apologize to any Greek Orthodox who might find that offensive, but I'm trying to keep like, it's a marketing thing for me. We're all recruiting, right? We got the Roman Catholics over here, and we got the Greek Orthodox, and there's a mesh here, but there's a difference, right? We're all one body, but there's a glitch with the Roman Catholic Church. And I can tell you, I don't have time to tell you what it is now. But one of the things is the Roman Catholics want to prove the existence of God by polemics, by argument. You know, and that's a very difficult thing to prove the existence of God when God is all around you, which is what I believe. You know, God is all around you, and as you have a physical body, you know, you have a conscience and soul. So there's a physical body all around you, and a conscience and soul that is God. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going off in a tutti-frutti land. But what the Greek Orthodox do, I would like to think, and the Father John Tolumas out there at Trinity in North Hills can answer this better for you, is it's mystical. The Roman Catholics prove it by an argument, and it's more acceptance with the Greek Orthodox. Christ instructs us to have faith like a child, okay? Right? Keep it simple, stupid. Or maybe it's keep it mystical, stupid. Like this is doing good works is the most important thing, okay, when it comes to faith. All right, so Preachy Rich is sort of going off on different tangents here. All right, what I wanted to do was like, well, what do you do as a Christian? Well, you would go to church. Maybe some of you don't know this. I don't know what do the evangelicals read off of the same books we do or something? You don't know? All right, you can like look this up. You might put a search in. What is the liturgical reading for today with the Orthodox Church or the Roman Catholic Church? And so one of the readings we have, there's this guy named Paul. Paul comes around, was it 20 years after Christ? He gets hit in the head by a horse. He used to persecute Christians. And then, Paul, why are you persecuting me? This is allegedly what Christ says to him. And Paul is so impressed by this direct communication to him that he goes to the 11 apostles that are still living in Jerusalem. Right, all right. So he goes to them. And, he convinces them that he's one of them. So he is considered the 12th apostle. And so people say that the Bible begins with his letters to different churches in the region, okay? And they have to ask somebody else to develop this further. But, one of the things that Paul wrote was, I like this one. Here, I'm going to read it to you. Sorry. This is from Hebrews. This is a letter he's writing to the letter. This is a letter to the Hebrews. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. So, for some of us Christians, there's this, I think it's the second, it's part of the first verse. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. All right? Let us run with perseverance. And we run the race till the end. You know? We're not saved till we're saved. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, man. You know, I don't know what they're talking about, you know, some of these. You gotta have a personal relationship with Jesus. The personal relationship with Jesus is the day-to-day works that you do to make his kingdom a better place. You know, I think people are a little lost on that issue. So, you know, I just want to bring that. What is Christianity relevant at all? It is. You know, what are we getting out of it now? Well, you got to keep going. It's hard. It's easy. Let me tell you, I'm a lawyer. It's easy to go get rich clients and be a sellout for them. You want to make a lot of money in life? Go work for the wealthy. You'll find plenty of clients. You want it tough? Go work for poor people. You know, go work trying to help people who are mentally ill.
Work in nonprofits. Right?
Yeah. You want to sell out? Go ahead. You want to get tough? It's a hard everyday. It's an everyday journey. And I'm sure there's some lizard brains out there saying that he's a bum just because he's poor. I'm happy. I've led a rich life. I play guitar. I've been in Hollywood on stages out there. Oh man, with these guys and with these guys in football and you know, just so many different things I've done in my life. Man, and it ain't fucking whores on a yacht like you fucking lizard brains, man. Good luck. Good luck meeting Jesus, and you can brag to him how many whores you fucked on some yachts. Huh? You pigs. That's how I really feel about it, man. You're going to have to give an account of yourself. Good luck. And I don't know. We've talked about the Milgram experiment, right? We've got the 40%ers who are not going to respond to the prompts to torture their fellow human beings. They're not going to turn the electricity all the way up and hurt their human beings. They're going to refuse. No. And then we got the 30% in between. They're kind of safe, right? They're the ones that can be, you know. These are my numbers. And you got 30% are bums who don't believe in God. And, you know, they talk about it in the Bible, you know, the seed falls upon them. Is it the seed or whatever? As it gets blown away. So, you know, why am I hot on Jesus? Because I have asked for his help repeatedly. I've asked for this Holy Spirit's help repeatedly. And God the Father's help repeatedly. Let me dwell on something. Oh, God damn it. I wanted to get this in earlier. Sorry, honey. Shit. I thought I wrote this down. Here it is. Okay, so at the end, all right. Fixing our eyes on Jesus. When we're fixing our eyes on Jesus, you know, the original translation of sin was to miss the mark. You're just missing the mark, man. It's not being guilty and throwing yourself, you know, just tearing yourself apart about something. You missed the mark. All right, for the joy, again, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down on the right hand of the throne of God. Okay, the right hand of the throne of God. What is that? It doesn't mean nothing to me. Well, the right hand of the throne of God is Jesus. And then we have God the Father. And you know what the Greeks say about the Trinity? You're not supposed to understand it. Go ask Father John to Loomis. You're not supposed to understand it. And then, but there's the Holy Spirit. And then, I think, a lot of women might say, oh, Christianity, that patriarchal abomination that, what is it? It creates the patriarchy in every area of our society. Well, it doesn't. I would argue against that. And let me try to, like, I'm so bad. Anyways. All right. I like to mock women once in a while. Not right. Not really. Okay. There was a woman named Kathleen Kennedy that took over. She's working for Disney, and she took over, I guess, the Star Wars franchise.
Oh.
Right. And she, of course, ran it into the ground because she hates men, and she's probably a lesbian or something herself.
Oh.
I don't know if she wanted, whatever.
We don't know.
But she used to wear these, she made everybody wear these t-shirts that said, the Force is female, the Force is female, the Force is female. What is the Force in Star Wars? Is it good? Do you believe in goodness? I do. I believe if the moral arc of the universe always bends towards justice, as Barack Obama says, well, what's making it bend? It's God, right? It's the Force. We're the Force. And I think you can, women, if you want the Force to be female, honey, why not the Holy Spirit? Well, all right. There are theologians in the Greek Orthodox Church who write about the Holy Spirit as a female entity and whatnot, and so, I think you can find some, if you're a woman, don't be turned off. I don't know. I guess it's not my job to sell Christianity to women, but I mean, look, I don't know. Look at I don't know.
There are lots of things there are lots of ways that's interpreted a woman's role in Christianity.
I'm sorry.
Okay, there really are. One is that you shouldn't be unequally yoked. You shouldn't be with somebody who doesn't respect you. You shouldn't be with somebody who hurts you. You shouldn't be disrespected in your interpersonal relationships. God doesn't want that for you. Doesn't want that for you. The role of women can be drawn by men's ideas and their interpretation of this. It doesn't mean that that's what the Bible meant about it, We have our own power.
Yeah. What was the Handmaid's thing? What was the thing?
Handmaid's Tale,
Right. So Christina and I were talking about this the other night. Like, here's their game. These people that, I'll just say it, they're fucking Republicans. They pretend to like Jesus, and here's what they do. They'll cut benefits, food stamps, aid, anything to help you have a child, all right? All right? So then what do you got to do? You got to go looking for it. Where do you got to go? To their churches, to their grift. I guarantee you they're bumming money off the government somehow. They got some somebody's got some money in the federal. I guarantee you there's some Republican dispensationalists. There's a goddamn program by the goddamn IDF to give Protestant preachers in America money so they can preach dispensationalist Protestantism. There is graft and corruption all over the place. But let me stop again with the women. I'm sorry, I got ran. Here's the game, women. They're cutting off your benefits, and that's
that goes against the whole premise of also Christianity, because a woman was chosen to carry Jesus.
Correct.
That was a young woman. That was a woman who was disenfranchised. That was a woman who would have been stoned by her community for being pregnant and not married, right? If God chose that person to carry their child, women have an important place, right? And it's not.
Right. The Greeks called Mary Theotokos. I think it's God bearer. And this is like a cool idea. There's a first among equals. The first among equals. They call Mary the first among equals. Okay, the Theotokos. And everybody else is equal. That's like it says. She's the first among equals. And then there's the rest of us. You know? And she's number one. And you know, Jesus stood up for women. All right, so I'm gonna get off this woman track. But all right, and the other I sort of was trying to take a dig at as is my wont. I'm not mocking other people's faith. But I thought about you know, Buddhists. And, you know, they're happy to, you know, nothing's going to become of them but become like a molecule on somebody's rectum or something, huh? You know what I mean?
I don't, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's your nervous system isn't suited to that religion to begin with, but our belief system's different.
Right. All right. I forgot to say this. The most important thing is your works of love.
Right.
Like, I can't emphasize that enough. Whatever your process is, if it's not doing good works, well, you need to find another religion.
It's simple. Yeah.
Right. But let me get back to making fun of Buddhists. I'm kidding. This reminds me. All we are is dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Same old song. Just a drop of water in the endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground and we refuse to see. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. Huh? That's Kansas. That's a crappy song from the 70s, and that's Buddhism, all wrapped up in a nutshell. That's all you gotta need to know about Buddhism right there. I'm kidding.
No, okay.
But I just say, here, all right, one more dig at him. There's this guy named O'Connor with this very clipped British accent. O'Connor, his name's O'Connor. I suppose he's from Ireland and whatnot. He has this very almost British accent. I'm sure he was educated at Oxford or whatnot. Mr. O'Connor is an absolute atheist. You know, the tribe of atheists that make money on tearing down Christianity, on trying to find the faults in its historical proof. Try to build something up. It's easy to tear something down. Try building it up. All right. Well, these here. I'll stop picking on these people. They're talking about O'Connor and this other woman are talking about. One of the issues was they got away from. Well, it used to be. Actually, I still think this is that it wasn't equations like these computers got more memory and whatnot. And it's consciousness in a computer, which I think it is actually. But these people. I'm afraid I'm arguing at cross purposes with myself. They were trying to bring up the fact that human consciousness, the type of human consciousness, isn't going to arise out of a computer. Human consciousness is a phenomenon of nature, and it's natural, more like, if you can imagine waves, or I imagine at night and you see a moon and then the water, and and maybe we are sort of fluid or celestial fluid, celestial waves. But even still, we have some individuality. I'm not, but
And we have personal choice. We can choose the decision we make,
right,
right? You can choose
right.
to work toward a greater good, and you could choose to be selfish. You can choose to.
Right, I think it's keep it simple, Steve. But I don't know why. I mean, getting off on picking on Buddhists or whatever. But I don't know why I'm picking on Buddhists when there's so much better fertile territory. But what I'm trying to advocate is just a lot of people might tell you that all religion is stupid. It's worthless. It's not. Okay, I don't look at the Torah. I don't look at the Old Testament. I don't look at anything from Islam. I don't, whatever book that is that, I don't know, whatever. It's only the Old Testament for me, and that's all I need. God's kingdom is here. Love one another. There is no greater love than laying your life down for another. And that's it. Keep it simple, stupid. That's where we're at. All right, I'm sorry. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm sorry, honey.
Sorry.
All right, so we're at 26. All right, so I keep on dwelling upon running the race and doing the works and the works because I want to you might see these Christians. Who are these assholes in the Oval Office? They have a label. They have it on their head. They're performative Christians, okay? They like to talk in tongues. They like to be seen praying. They don't like doing the work. They talk the talk. They don't walk the walk. They're bums. And so they'll take one quote, and I'm going to give it to you here. You can tell them how stupid they are if you ever hear them. Paul writes about being justified by faith rather than works. Okay, so Paul, who I've told you about, it appears he might have some inconsistency here, but it's not. I've heard that there's some real research that says that Paul might be very surprised to see today that his letters are being followed so intently and being reviewed with such precision. But anyways, these Protestants, these dispensationalists, these lost people who are abusing God's name, for we hold that no one is justified by faith apart from works of the law. This is in Romans, a letter to the Romans that Paul writes. For we hold that no one is justified by faith apart from works. Honey, I don't even know what that means. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But walk the walk, talk the talk. You can't.
But I thought he's saying, Paul writes about being justified by faith rather than works. For we hold that one is justified by faith apart from works.
By works of the law. Justified by faith apart from works of the law. So that means even if the law
Right.
dictates that you should take food stamps away from children, that you shouldn't help people who are suffering.
Right.
Good works say you should be feeding those children.
Yeah. That's a good job. That's a good interpretation, my love. Great job. Do you see her grasp that? I did not. Obviously, my partner is smarter than me.
Oh,
I would say that. So, oh dear, was that all we had for today?
I think that's a lot, actually. It's a lot to live by your faith and actually do good works. Sometimes it costs you your time, your energy. It'll cost you your money. It'll cost you the lure of a lifestyle on the cul-de-sac, maybe. Maybe you'll still have that. But, if you want to invest in superficial things, that's fine. That's someone's choice. But we're told to actually do good works. We're told to go out there, help in the community, and help each other. And that's not always comfortable. Right?
Yeah.
It's not always a comfortable thing.
Great job. It's active.
It's active.
Active.
It's for a long-term goal, a short-term goal, a belt, a handbag. What are you going to do with that in 5 years? What sense is that when you know there are people in actual need? You want a good handbag? Go buy it. That's wonderful. Yeah, and then, help other people make the resources to buy that handbag too. Do what you
Right. Whatever.
You don't have to be poor.
Right. The output is love. Oh God, this popped into my head. Love, so long as it's consensual and
without
unexploitation, not exploit.
Right.
That love that enables love that helps people is good love, and we have to enable that love. What at the end of the day, helping people is your duty. This is what I believe. I'm 64. I don't care what it says. You want to go follow those idiots? You want to fuck whores in fucking Thailand the rest of your life? Sorry, honey. Or you want to fucking meet Jesus? Sorry.
Oh, you're entitled to your opinion, darling.
Yeah, it's a little tense. All right, well, all right. Well, maybe that's a good way to wrap it up. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So life is a long, hard slog. You gotta keep up acceptance of your past and your fuck-ups, and then hope for the future. Like, develop some hope by being around people, and develop something to look for, and then pray. God is someone you can ask for specifically, but you must accept. You have to have acceptance. Tell him you're sorry first before you ask him for something. Believe in him. Forgive others, and you can ask him for something, and then go work for it, and it can happen for you. Happiness can happen for you.
Yeah.
All right. Right, baby. All right.
Have a good week. We see you.
Yeah.
We know it's not easy. We know it's not. But we're wishing you the best. And we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, see you.